about any way you choose. We've seen the defense win games with takeaways in the secondary. We've seen the linebackers make plays at the second level. We know the pass rush is capable of creating havoc. And then, unlike the Super Bowl team, which I think is the one we would immediately compare it to, sometimes we forget there was no running game to speak of that winter.
None.
It was Cooper Kupp, Triple Crown season, and Matthew Stafford making magic happen. You know, they could come out and pound the Detroit Lions with their running game today. That's a real possibility. Or they could go back to 3 receivers and revitalize Tutu Atwell and spread it out and throw it around the yard. And they could have a lot of success that way. So I think there's more margin for error built into this team than any of his previous iterations. And the metrics back that up. You could make the case they're better than their 10-3 record. But until they prove it, what's the point of saying it?
You're talking about how good the Rams have been. I guess I'll go the opposite way and ask, after all the games we've seen up to this point, what is the Rams' biggest weakness as a team? Because if we look at the Eagles, I'll say it's the offense. If we look at Detroit, I would say it's the inconsistency on both sides of the football, whether they're scoring high points or getting stops on defense. You look in the AFC, besides the Patriots, it's really a toss-up with a lot of those teams. But with the Rams, I find it hard to designate one specific weakness. So what would you say that is at this point in the season?
Passing defense. When Michael Wilson can go do what he did last week, when the Philadelphia Eagles can do what they did in the second half of that game way back in week 3, when I think Jamison Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Isaac Tesla and this crew are capable of doing today, that's where the Rams have done some really good things. But as it's currently constituted with question marks in terms of who are your best 2 and 3 corners, and then without Quentin Lake, are you really as good against the opposing passing attack as you were in your best stretch of this season? That's not something that I can say in good faith right now. I think their best days could still be ahead of them when they do get Lake back and when they settle into the proper rotation at corner. But right now, that's the biggest question mark for me. And it's weird not to answer that with the kicking game, because that would have been the easy off-ramp cop-out answer a couple of weeks ago. But you really forced me to choose.
JB Long will be on the play-by-play Rams and Lions kickoff coming up at 1:25. JB, before you go, give me an X factor or 2 for today's game against Detroit.
You know, if you guys remember the outset of last season in Detroit, the cacophony that is Ford Field, the Rams' offensive line was in shambles, and it got worse as the game wore along. And I was recalling Warren McClendon making that first career start and going up against Aiden Hutchinson, and what a tall task that was for a first-time professional starter in that environment against one of the sport's best. And you fast forward to today, and I don't think there's any question that Warren McClendon is a starting right tackle in this league. I think he's the Rams' best starting right tackle on the roster at this point. And so I'm very much looking forward to his rematch with Hutchinson, who's going to load up, I think, on the right side of that Rams offensive line. At least that's what he traditionally does. And who can win that matchup, not just in terms of mano-a-mano, but who can create favorable matchups. And what I mean by that is down and distance, time, and score, right? Who can avoid the 3rd down and 7 or more? And then the home crowd, I think, can really help out someone like Warren McClendon to not be on a silent count against the Detroit Lions. If that's the case today, you really could see that matchup favor the Rams' new right tackle.
I think Thursday's comeback victory for the Falcons kind of ruined the Rams' chances at a potential top 5, maybe top 6 pick. I think it'll be a top 10 pick. What are the Rams looking at in that pick at this point? Because I know that Fernando Mendoza just won the Heisman, but if Stafford comes back, are you looking at O-linemen? Are you looking at DBs, as you said, to protect that secondary going forward? What does a realistic pick look like?
Realistically, they probably won't pick it at all. Hopefully they'll douse it in champagne and confetti and light it on fire and say who needs it. But knowing Les Snead, he'll probably trade it away for who knows what.
Right.
But, in all seriousness, I think the player whose name I just mentioned factors into that. Like Warren McClendon, if he is a future starter at tackle and he extends your horizon there, if you don't have to draft Rob Havenstein's replacement, it's a big deal. For a while they were saying, what if Emmanuel Forbes plays like a first-round corner? Does that, deprioritize your need at outside corner in the draft? My hunch, if I were forced to choose right now, if the Rams are in the top 10 position and it's a light quarterback draft, ideally the board breaks their way where some quarterback-desperate teams jump all over the slim pickings at that position in this class, and you get a top-flight receiver, and you build your future there, because Puka's going to demand, obviously, a big contract extension, and we'll see how far this Stafford and Devontae partnership gets. But, the Rams with a true high-end first-round receiver would be special.
Cannot wait to see it today. The Lions and the Rams kickoff coming up at 1:25. JB Long will have all of the play-by-play coming up. Then, JB, thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Of course, I would much prefer they draft a top-flight all-pro receiver with the 177th pick in this coming draft like they did with Puka Nacua, because that's a much more budget-friendly way to do it. Have a good one, guys.
It seemed like it worked out. Not too bad. And JB's X Factor, the Rams X Factor, is brought to you by the Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. You can learn more at lawa.org/ESPN. And Su'a, this feels big. Obviously, this is where my mind kind of cracks in half. Thank God I'm not a football player, because I would be a very bad one, and B, the one thing that I would not be good at is keeping my eye on the thing directly in front of me. I am always looking at what's coming up next.
Got bad eyes.
I do have bad eyes. I'm easily distracted, right? That game that's coming up on Thursday is enormous, but if you take care of business today, it gives you an opportunity to take care of your business on Thursday, where you could almost put this thing, I don't want to say on ice, but be in a great position going in your final 2 games of the season against 2 teams that aren't very good.
Yeah, you can put yourself in a great position where Thursday isn't a must-get. Obviously, you want both, and obviously you want to beat your division opponent so that you don't even have to worry about tiebreakers or them potentially going on a run and you dropping one in these next few weeks. You just want to completely eliminate that, but also you don't want to limp into this game, because if you lose today and you lose next week, you went from potential first-round bye to
just happened to the Bears.
I might not even get in, or to I'm the 6th seed, and now I'm playing on the road in the cold in Chicago.
Just last week, the Bears went from the number 1 seed in the NFC to the last team into the playoffs, meaning they'd have to go on the road through the entire thing. And for Chicago, that's one thing, because they play outside and probably used to playing outside, et cetera, et cetera. For the Rams, it's totally different, because the places that they would be most likely to go, Chicago, Green Bay, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Seattle, these are all places that you would rather not have to ultimately end up in.
And don't look past the 49ers. The end of their season is the Titans today, the Colts next week, who are playing Old Man Rivers, and then they have the Bears for their final game of the season. So maybe they go 2-1 there, and that means that they're at 11-5.
Rams got to get to 12.
Yes.
Yeah, but they need the right ones. Today, Thursday against the Seattle Seahawks, that gives you the tiebreaker against Seattle. That puts Seattle a full game behind you plus a tiebreaker. So for all intents and purposes, they're 2 ahead of the Seahawks at that point. They can kind of put them out once and for all. So a lot going on today. And, of course, we'll talk about this coming up next. We'll talk about Jared Goff's return to Los Angeles. Not his first trip back. They seem to kind of skip over that one the first time.
I think he won that one.
Back. No, he didn't win that one. That's the thing. So we'll get into it. The first time he did not win. Don't forget also that you can order for a pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms do apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. Jared Goff back at SoFi coming up next. It is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on 710 ESPN.
When you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast, but you also get the best person for your job. It's a win-win. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you, it finds them for you. Recruiting a team or looking for fresh talent, ZipRecruiter covers the field with their powerful technology and immediately starts showing your job to the right candidates. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even line up. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Today, the purple and gold look for a bounce-back win as they visit the desert in Phoenix.
1 minute remaining. LeBron head down, barrels to the rim, and dunks on top of Cornette, and it brings the crowd to its feet.
It's Lakers versus Suns. Coverage begins today at 3:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
This is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
On your home of Rams football.
And it is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff live from Cosm Los Angeles. Travis and Su'a get you ready. Today it is time to take care of business against the Lions. And let's call it a must-win, sort of, as we get ready for the Seahawks on Thursday night. The Rams' high-powered offense needs to keep it rolling from last week.
Stafford gets a new possession in plus territory. Short set, a ball fake. He wheels, he deals, jumping at the 5. It's Puka again! On one play, a 31-yard strike. Puka Nacua with a new career high in touchdowns.
You're listening to the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Once again, with Su'a Cravens. Back to Travis Rodgers.
Rams got a chance to kind of punch their ticket into the postseason, and of course they want to stay on top of that NFC. A lot of cold weather places waiting for the Rams if in fact they have to go on the road. Much better to stay here in foggy, or at least a little less foggy, Southern California. It was foggy this morning, Su'a, but it's LA, man. It always gets nice.
That's what you pay for.
That's right.
Yeah. For those that don't live in California, this is a terrible place, and don't ever move here. Yeah.
I was doing the LA Bowl last night here, which is probably one of the worst games I've ever seen. But before the game starts, we have to like a time and temperature and say, oh, it's 5:15 in LA, and it was 59 degrees. It's very rare to see the 5 in front of the temperature in LA.
Yeah.
But it was nice.
It's always nice, and it'll be especially nice in January if the Rams can stay here as the number 1 seed. They need to put it on the Lions today. And On the Road is driven by Subaru of Glendale, the number 1 Subaru dealer in America. Find your next Subaru at Subaru of Glendale or at SubaruofGlendale.net. We know that the Rams can make the playoffs today with a victory, but that is just one of the stories. Another one of the stories is this is Jared Goff's second trip back to Los Angeles. He came back the year after they had made that deal, and the Lions were still in the process of rebuilding. That's when Dan Campbell tried not just an onside kick, which he did. He also tried a fake punt, which he did. And the Lions, while not a good team, gave the Rams a pretty good game. The Rams, it went much later into the game than I think anybody expected. Since then, Jared Goff's beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Jared Goff has beat them at Ford Field. Now he's back at this one. No one talks about the first one. Are we finally done with the Jared Goff Rams, Matthew? Has it been long enough that we've just turned the page and he's in Detroit and Stafford's here and we're all good?
Yeah, and I think both just stopped caring.
Yeah.
I think Jared kind of wanted to get away and needed the change, and so did Stafford. And because they weren't feuding or salty about it in the media when they got traded, it was kind of like, all right, like, first time you guys play, we'll make it a thing, and then after that, it's whatever. And also, Jared Goff was kind of, put BTA to his former team where he's like, hush that up.
Yeah.
No matter how you feel, hush it up.
They've taken care of it. So here's my question, Su'a, because we all have feelings. We all have stuff that sticks with us, and maybe we don't say it sticks with us, but I think that oftentimes it does. Because the Rams made the deal that they did. They traded Jared Goff to Detroit for Matthew Stafford, the picks. We know the parameters of the deal. The Rams immediately punched their ticket and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So as far as they're concerned, successful trade, right? You got a potentially Hall of Fame level quarterback. You won the Super Bowl, and you could just kind of whatever happens. Jared Goff has beat the Rams a couple of times, has advanced in the playoffs here and there, but has not won a Super Bowl. Does that and the year after they moved on from him, they won it right away. In the back of his mind, is it not one of those, man, they told me to leave and they were better when I left?
Yeah, we're men, so we're going to have ego involved, and
sure.
Obviously you're going to look back at that, and you don't want to see your ex-girlfriend happy after you guys broke. You're happier
Happily
with
ever after. They got married and had a beautiful family.
And got the house on the hill.
Named the kid Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah, I mean, I got a Rari, but I'm kind of still annoyed that you're over there feeling like life is better. Yeah, I can see that, but I think that contract that Jared got from Detroit is kind of – ice
helps.
in that. I think it softens the blow.
And the city loves him. Detroit loves Jared. They root for him. They fight for him. And so that also is nice to feel like you're beloved, as opposed to, I don't think he ever felt like that in L.A.
Because he wasn't. You know, and it was one of those, okay, but we need to get better. And when they kind of hit that ceiling and changed it.
Hit him with the, you're a good guy.
Yeah. It's not you, it's me.
It's not you, it's me. You're just so good. Not for me.
Exactly. Don't forget, you can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line. So you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8th, 2026. So how do you slow down Jared Goff in that offense? You got Jahmyr Gibbs. You've got Amon-Ra St. Brown. They have a lot of Montgomery. They've got a lot of offensive weapons. You mentioned it earlier, Sue, a little inconsistent on both sides of the ball. So if you're Chris Shula and you're drawing up a defense, how to slow this down, what does it look like?
You got to heat him up. The Jared Goff is not a fan of pressure, and it's something changes when he can't stand in that pocket and deliver throws down the field. Something about his decision-making changes, and he starts getting the ball out quick without looking, and that's when the turnovers start piling up. Because once he feels pressured and feels panic and he wants to get the ball out quick, if it's not screen game for Detroit and if Laporta's not healthy, they struggle to move the ball, and that's when he tends to start forcing.
Yeah, no quarterback likes pressure, but guys respond to it differently.
Yeah.
And this is one of these things, like when you watch Matthew Stafford and he gets pressure, he'll get rid of it. Right, or occasionally he'll take a sack or whatever, but it's very rare where you just see him kind of freak out, for lack of a better description. With Jared Goff, it feels like that freak out play is in there a little more commonly than some other guys.
Yeah, Herbert does it too. When you pressure him up, he just kind of throws it into no man's land, and that leads to turnovers. Caleb has been a little bit better this year, but he would do it too when he get pressure. Bo Nix is another guy. You pressure him up, he's going to try to force a play that might not be there. Baker used to be that way, but Stafford does not do that. I think Stafford will take the sack or even dirt a ball to an open receiver if he doesn't like what he's seeing. And Jared Goff just kind of, if you pressure him up, his decision-making speeds up, and he does not like to sit in that pocket.
He especially struggles. We saw Bill Belichick do this to him in the Super Bowl in Atlanta, the Patriots and the Rams, the one that the Rams ultimately were not successful in winning. But when that pressure comes right at him, right from over the center, from between the guards, that's the one he really struggles with today. Is this a Kobe Turner opportunity here for him because of that? Because the guys, we know that Verse and Young are always going to be doing what they do, but this feels like a Kobe Turner sort of day.
I think so, too, because for the Lions to counteract Verse, they're going to send the running backs out the backfield almost immediately. It's going to be a hot route for Goff. If the tackle gets beat on the edge, I'm going to check down to the running back every single time. Once we start covering that, the middle of the field becomes open, and if the Mike backer is in man, Jared Goff could run, not that he would, but he can't run if he can't step up in the pocket because Turner's right there wreaking havoc. So it has to be an inside down. I don't think outside's going to get the job done because of the high routes by the two running backs.
Look, if we get to see Jared Goff running today, good things are happening for the Rams. Right? That means that stuff is going well for them. That is not what Dan Campbell wants.
But that's also why you can pressure the Lions, because he's not going to run. Even if you don't hit home, he's not looking to scramble. He's going to throw it away.
I will say, too, last night at the LA Bowl, last time I'll bring this up, there was, I think, 5 interceptions in the game, and so hopefully that's going to be how Jared Goff plays today. Let's get 4 or 5 interceptions for Jared.
If the interception vibe is in the air, hopefully it lands on the Detroit side, because we saw the one day that Matthew Stafford had a little bit of that. It did not go there well. I mentioned his name a second ago, Dan Campbell. Does Sean McVay and Chris Shula come into this game thinking a little differently because of the way that Dan Campbell calls games? Because he basically goes for it every time.
It's 4-down territory whenever he wants it to be.
Whenever he wants it to be. Does it change the way that McVay and Shula respond to him?
Yes, because you can't get conservative, because he's ultra aggressive. He's aggressive for both you and me. If you don't want to be aggressive, that's fine for him. He's going to force you into positions where you're like, wait, what is he doing? What?
Yeah.
Hold on, timeout. Wasn't expecting this. You like that aggression because it works for a team, because they're always dangerous. Even when they're down, all it takes is a quick spark. Oh, first down on a 4th and 15, and now they're on a roll, and now the offense is clicking all of a sudden. That's the type of spark plug he provides with that play calling. But from the Rams' perspective, if I can keep you in 2nd and long and 3rd and long, maybe that hopefully discourages you on 4th down.
Look, as a football fan, I love coaches that go for it, right? It's fun. It's fun to see guys go for it on fourth down. It's fun to see guys run trick
chaos.
plays.
It's
a
video
little
game
chaos.
football.
If I were a fan of the Lions, I would be just so incredibly anxious knowing that, because sometimes punting it is the better choice. Sometimes punting it to the other end of the field and saying you got to go 85 yards to score on us, as opposed to, you're almost in field goal range before it even starts. What would it be like playing for somebody that's constantly willing to put you in disadvantageous position?
It's scary because their defense is good, so it's a double-edged sword, because Coach Campbell's like, my defense is good. So, yeah, I'm going to go for it, because if we don't get it, we're going to hold them to 3. That's the type of confidence I have in my defense. But I'm sure his defense is like, oh, God,
Yeah.
Please punt the ball. Like, please, we just got off the field.
Exactly.
I love it as a fan, though. Watching it, it's so fun, because you don't know what's going to happen. And he'll go for it on his own 30.
In the first quarter.
The first drive of the game.
Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
I mean, look back to the last game the Rams lost. They lost on a couple fourth down plays.
Yeah.
The Panthers went for, cashed in on, targeted Emmanuel Forbes. And so if that's the way to beat the Rams, that the Lions might do that to them.
You mentioned Emmanuel Forbes, and so to me, you said it, like, I didn't get burned. Never happened. Like, you got to have a memory that doesn't exist, right? You can only remember the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know coming into a game, like, they're coming at me? Like,
oh, yeah.
I'm going to be the guy that's going to get tested early and often. What does that feel like?
1,000,000,000%. Remember when I said earlier this year when we were having kicking problems, we got to fish.
Yeah.
We got to fish.
Yeah.
If you're Amon-Ra or Jameson Williams and you've been watching the Rams the last few weeks, you're saying, I want number 1. If not, Jared, I swear to God, if number 1's on me and you don't just tap your helmet and send me on a go ball, we're going to have problems. That's the type of conversations they're having. And it's no slight to Forbes. He's had a good year up until the last month where he started getting tested by real deal first-round guys, obviously. But today, buckle that chin strap up. Don't go on Twitter. Even if you have a good game, just understand you are going to get at least 10 targets today.
Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. I remember, this was a million years ago, interviewing Michael Irvin when he was still playing for the Cowboys, and Terrell Buckley was playing for the Green Bay Packers at the time, and Michael Irvin's 6'3". He's a big guy. Terrell Buckley was not. He was probably 5'9", 5'10" at best, and Irvin was like, they'd break the huddle, and I'd just look for him and just go, yep, he's right there, let's go get him. And
Tap the helmet.
Yeah, that's got to be... When you're on the other end of that, that's, whoa, boy.
It's a lonely feeling.
Yeah.
It gets real. You feel like, there's 10 other guys on this field with me, right?
Yeah, it certainly looked like it there, and he'll get tested. Should be an interesting day, to be sure. We're going to go around the rest of the league. A lot of games that directly impact the Rams going on right now and later today. We're going to do all of that on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff, driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams.
Rams fans, it's your boy Su'a Cravens. Pechanga Resort and Casino, the official tribal casino of the Los Angeles Rams, is throwing an epic watch party Thursday, December 18th at Kelsey's inside Pechanga as the Rams take on the Seahawks. Show your Rams love and come out and enjoy food and drink specials and score big with awesome prizes. Like a VIP sports experience inside the ESPN LA suite or playing a golf foursome with me at Journey at Pechanga. It's free to join, but spots are limited. Lock in yours now at ESPNLA.com. That's Thursday, December 18th.
Mornings in LA will never be the same. The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap.
Did you know that she's dating Liam Neeson?
Who is?
Pamela Anderson.
Oh, really? I thought you were talking about LaToya Jackson.
No.
I thought so too for a second. I'm like, wait, he's got a particular set of skills. You know? Yeah. Wow, he's dating Pamela Anderson?
Pamela Anderson doesn't look like Pamela Anderson used to.
No, but she does it on purpose. Like, she doesn't wear any makeup.
Anti-makeup beauty, all the things. Like, she's like, I'm an old lady and I'm going to embrace that.
God, I loved her. God, I just loved her.
She's dating Liam Neeson. They're probably going to get married.
You ever see Barbed Wire?
Barbed Wire, was that the one with Tommy Lee?
No. I'm sure you saw that one, but no, it was a movie. It was a movie with Pamela Anderson.
Hang with Sedano and Cap every weekday morning starting at 7 a.m. on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Counting you down to Week 15 NFL Sunday at SoFi Stadium. Rams battle the Detroit Lions.
Touchdown, LA! Hi, this is Jeff Weiss of your LA Rams. The Rams play here.
You're listening to the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
A playoff rivalry renewed in Week 15.
We continue to count you down to Kickoff Rams Lions. Week 15 NFL Sunday. Travis and Su'a live from Cosm Los Angeles. And the fearsome Rams defense needs to keep that rolling and haunt Jared Goff all day long.
Third down and long, intercepted! Picked off! It's the Landman at the 30. Nate takes it away and the whole defense runs down to celebrate.
Our 10-3 Rams host the 8-5 Detroit Lions. Week 15 NFL Sunday.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Once again,
with Su'a Cravens.
Back to Travis Rodgers.
Rams and the Lions all over again. These two teams have been playing each other for the last several years. Always a lot on the line. No different today. The Rams come in at 10-3, number one in the NFC, trying to hold on to that number one spot and go up to Seattle on Thursday night to kind of put that thing to bed, potentially at least. The Lions at 8-5, still trying to find their way into the playoff picture. They would be the last team out if the playoffs started today. So a very big game there. A lot of these other games around the league have a direct impact on what happens to the Rams. So let's talk about a handful of them. The top games of the day are brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Let me start with what we saw on Thursday night, where the Buccaneers absolutely crashed and burned. Yeah. They had a 2-touchdown lead late into the fourth quarter. They lose to an Atlanta team that's not very good. And all of a sudden, Tampa is not in control of their own destiny. No. You know, you got Carolina is on top of that division right now. What happened to Tampa? They were one of the best teams in the league for the first couple of months.
Injuries happened, and they were going to catch up to them. And Baker was doing his best to keep them afloat, but that magic only goes so far. This is the professional football league. Every team is going to prepare and watch film and know what you do well and what you don't do well. And it's hard to be productive at quarterback when your best running back is hurt, when your two best receivers are hurt, when you can't get the ball to your tight end. So, the writing was on the wall. It's just we didn't expect Carolina to continue winning and put pressure on Tampa to have to win these games that they're now losing.
They play each other twice over the last 3 weeks of the season. So the Bucs still have a chance to do it. And this kind of, you and I both, Sue, are Baker fans. We like to watch him. I like his swag. I like the fact that he talks a little you-know-what. Yeah. But this is kind of the flip side of that, where all of a sudden he starts throwing balls and what in the world is going on out there? You saw it on Thursday night.
He's pressing. He's pressing. It's every quarterback's biggest mistake when you try to be Superman, and sometimes it works out and you think, okay, I can do this. Hey, lean on me. I can deliver the throws, every throw, even the throws I'm not supposed to make. I can do it week in and week out. And then you start getting dinged up. And we saw Baker, even when he played the Rams a few weeks ago, he limped out of that game and it didn't look healthy in the next week game. And now he's making these decisions. It's just it's a snowball effect.
Todd Bowles, too, after the game, had like a swear word lead-in press conference. Does that ever work? If you're getting reamed by your coach in public, does that work?
Yes, if you're a good football team, because he's typically real dormant. Like, he's not the type to show a ton of emotion. Even on the sideline, when a play goes wrong, he just kind of stare at you like, what are you doing? But for him to show that much emotion is like his rally call to his team these last 3 or 4 games. Hey, we're one game from winning the division and being in the playoffs. Like, wake up. I think that was his message.
Guys that don't yell, that start yelling, get your attention. Yeah. Guys that yell all the time, it's like, there he goes again.
There he goes.
Yeah, I've had both. I've had both of those guys. All right, let's start with this one. The Browns are in Chicago taking on the Bears. It's 14-3 Chicago. That's another one of those games that matters to the Rams, because I know that Green Bay currently on top. We'll get to that game coming in a second. But the Bears are another one of those teams that here they are at 9-4. It's not a stretch to think they could be the number one seed, and you have to go through Chicago at some point.
Yeah, to me, Chicago has the best home field advantage because they play outside, and that cold is very tough. It's changes your mind. It decides how you're going to play. And I know it's the playoff and everybody gets up for it and the cold doesn't matter. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it
there
does.
are icebergs on that lake right next to the stadium.
Right.
The cold 100% matters. And when you're a West Coast team like L.A. or Seattle and you're going to that environment, sometimes you're not even thinking about the game because you are just so cold. Everything hurts. It's hard to really be locked in and be 100% on the game.
All right, next game, the Bengals are at home in Cincinnati. They're getting rolled up by the Ravens. It's 17-0 in that one at this point. And, you know, that the AFC North is a one playoff team division. Whoever wins the division, it'll be Baltimore or it'll be Pittsburgh will go. But the Bengals are real interesting. Joe Burrow had a really kind of bizarre press conference where he kind of got into his feelings and said, you know, if I'm not having fun, I don't know how much longer I want to do this. Is this the beginning of him working his way out of Cincinnati?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
how long will that line be, Sue? I mean, who wouldn't want Joe Burrow?
I mean, half the defense has already left town and don't want to be there. And the Cincinnati Bengals have shown time and time again that they refuse to take care of their best guys and can care less. And look at what they've done for Joe Burrow besides almost get him killed every single weekend by not giving him any O-linemen to work with. I think Joe B's days as a Bengal are numbered, and even Jamar Chase might be known. They might just start, getting rid of everything and just saying, let's start over.
You mentioned the offensive line and Joe Burrow. There was a play not that long ago where he was rolling to his right. He throws the ball away, and there was a hit on him that may or may not have been late. It was at least close enough to make you go, I keep waiting for that offensive lineman to come in and hit the guy that hit the guy. Nothing really happened. Everybody just kind of stood there and watched it happen. Am I reading too much into that?
No, you're not. That means everybody's checked out.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 3 games left to this thing. My flight to Cancun's already booked. Let's put a bow on this thing. Like, half of us aren't even going to be on the team. I'm not picking up the quarterback. That tells you everything you need to know.
So it took about 4 seconds once Joe Burrow said what he said for people to start speculating on places where he may end up. The Rams have 2 first-round draft picks. The Rams have a 37-year-old quarterback who, by the way, if he wins the MVP in the Super Bowl, maybe the greatest walk-off shot of all time.
Yeah.
Or he may come back. And no one's trying to push Matthew Stafford out the door. But if that was a walk-off shot kind of moment with a couple of first-round draft picks, don't you try to do everything in your power to make something like that happen?
Well, I'm going to put this in the most respectful way I can. If Joe Burrow's agent were to contact a little birdie or send a little birdie this way and say, get me to L.A., I'm coming, I would tell Stafford on stage as he's accepting his Super Bowl trophy, as I shake his hand and move my mouth away from the mic, hey, appreciate your service. You're calling it, right? This thing, come on now, because you can't pass up on Joe Burrow for those 2, because there's nobody you really need coming into this draft.
And it's 10 years.
It's 10 years. You run the clock back 10 years, and it's literally almost the only scenario where you would even contemplate doing something like that. That's how good he is.
He would be the guy. Like, you have your leader. You have your franchise quarterback. You have a proven star that immediately replaces the production of a guy coming off an MVP season. And guess what? We might even be better.
Crazy. So keep your eye on what's going on in Cincinnati. The Chiefs and the Chargers are tied at 13. The Chiefs are 6-7, not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, Sua, but hanging by the skin of their teeth right now. Can you start throwing dirt on the Chiefs? Is that okay? Or as long as Mahomes and Reed are around?
I've got the shovel.
You got it out.
We've got the coffin. We've got it picked out. And it's over with, I think. Even if they win this game against L.A., the Chargers are still, I think, 2 games ahead of them with 3 games left. There's not enough time. You need the Chargers to lose out. You then need to win out. You would then need, one more AFC team, the Jags, who already have 10 wins today. You're not catching the Jags. The Texans, maybe.
Indy, too. Indy's still, I know they're playing with Phillip Rivers, but they still have a lot of wins.
Here's the rest of their schedule for the Chiefs. So if they can win this game against the Chargers today, that's a win. They have the Titans. They have the Broncos, which will be difficult, but also the Broncos will have locked up a lot by that time.
True.
And they have the Raiders end their season. So it's not insane for them to win out.
But they're going to need help from somebody else.
They would.
They're going to need some help along the way. So the Chargers, of course, until we see the Chargers do non-Charger things in the playoffs, there's always a question about them, too, right?
I'm not even worried about the Chargers right now. That Justin Herbert is going to be limping into next year. he's going to go through what Joe Burrow's going through with his body and those injuries. If he continues to get beat up, it's pretty bad. I know he's a big guy. Every single game he's limping in the fourth quarter.
Does that carry over from one season to the next, or do you kind of reset back to zero during the offseason?
100%. If you just look at running backs, I know it's a different position and they get beat up much more, but if you look at running backs that have touched a certain amount of carries before like their fourth year in the NFL, their drop-off is substantial. So if you look at these quarterbacks that like to run, you can kind of do a similar study. Look at how Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick, when they first came into the league, how they were running Cam Newton, and then as time progressed, it was like, okay, he went from rushing for 600 yards, 700 yards to 200 yards, and now he doesn't even look to run anymore. It happens quick, and Jackson Dart's learning that now.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's go to the next game here. Bills and Pats. This one is for potential division championship. This is a potential seeding issue along the way. The Patriots right now with a 24-21 lead against the Bills. The Patriots in AFC best 11-2. The Bills at 9-4. But we've seen the Bills do this before, right? Where they start off really well, then they kind of slow down in the middle of the season, and then they hit the ground running as we get into December. And it looks like they're doing it again.
Yeah, I still don't trust the Bills, though. I don't think the Bills have the defense this year. It's the same thing with Kansas City, where if Mahomes or Allen aren't playing out of their minds, they have no chance. And when good teams show up, like the Patriots, to start this game, they were cooking the Bills. So
yeah, they had a 21-point lead. Let's put the context. So it's now 24-21. The Patriots have been outscored 21-3 since then.
Yeah.
So let's not bury the Bills just yet.
No. So this is the next thing I wanted to ask you guys. If you look at the AFC and Mahomes is off the table, right? It seems like they're like, is there somebody that you trust to be like it? Because when you look around, Drake May's having a great season. The Patriots are having a great season. The Broncos are having a great season. But Bo Nix and Drake May are not guys that we know what they're going to respond in the playoffs. Like Josh Allen, while Buffalo certainly has some flaws, is Josh Allen. And of all those guys on that half of the draw, he's the one. If I had to pick somebody, I'm like, give me that guy and let's see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. Buffalo's still a dangerous team, but they're just they're not the same. And so is Kansas City. They're just not the same. You know, you've got that guy at quarterback. I don't believe your team is good enough to win in the playoffs. I just don't.
And I will say there's something to be said about the Chiefs and the Bills both playing so many postseason games over the past couple of years.
Tired.
It does add up on you. The amount of games you play outside of it does add up eventually. But, yeah, I would trust the Bills over the other quarterbacks in the AFC right now, but that's only because we just haven't seen it.
Raiders are keeping it close in Philadelphia, down by 31 to 0 at this point.
Right where they want
the Raiders. They're the worst team in football, right? I know it was Tennessee for a while. I'm not even talking like records, but just the eye test. When you watch the Raiders, there's no other word. They stink.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing during OTAs. I don't know what they were practicing and what the hell was going on in Vegas. But it's, again, not sure how I let Cap convince me that they had a chance at winning 10 games this year. That is wild.
All right, so another game that's coming up this afternoon, same time that the Rams and the Lions will be playing. Both of these games kick off at 1:25. The Seahawks at home, who are trying to do exactly what the Rams are doing, which is stay in the spot that they need to stay in. So Seattle is basically tied for the number one seed at this point. They just need to win their games, and they're going to be the number one seed in the NFC. Same thing that the Rams are in. They're taking on Indianapolis today, who's trying to stay into the playoff picture at 8-5. Jacksonville is going to win again. We'll see what happens. The Texans are going to win again as well. But the Colts are playing Phillip Rivers at quarterback. So, and look, I say this with the full understanding of what I look like in the mirror. When I saw Phillip Rivers, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like he has been on the couch eating ice cream and pretzels since he stopped playing. He does not look like a professional athlete at this point.
He's been retired.
And I'm not judging.
Taking care of his 13 kids, or how many kids he has.
What are your expectations for him?
Zero. I mean, I think he can throw the ball. I think he definitely can.
And he knows, right?
He can read a defense. He knows one high and two high safety. I think he could easily throw for at least 200 yards today. Don't you think he's breaking a sack or scrambling out that pocket?
I just think getting hit once or twice would be like,
Oh, he's got that blubber on him.
I get it. Brady's played for a long time. Matthew Stafford's played for a long time. Aaron Rodgers, they never stopped playing.
Yeah.
They didn't go away for for 5 seasons. Like one season maybe, but 5 seasons.
But obviously,
forever.
This decision has triggered Brady because Brady said this week, I could play if I wanted to. It's just because I'm an owner, I can't.
The Green Goblin mask is calling to him. So we asked him, Sean McVay this week on Mason and Ireland about the Seahawks game this weekend and Phil Rivers coming back, and he said, I just hope Phil cooks him.
Yeah, me
Which
too.
Would be great. I don't think it's going to happen. And also Philip Rivers tweeted a Bible quote that says, do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God guides you. So I think he's feeling himself. Maybe
I'd be terrified if I hadn't played in the NFL for 5 years and I couldn't run from one sideline to the other.
There's no way they gave him a real physical. There's no way.
Did you see the press conference where one of the reporters in Indy goes, forgive me for asking, but what do you weigh? And Rivers goes, you mean like right now? and he goes, yes, right now. He goes, I honestly don't know. It was like perfect.
I think that physical was, if you've seen that meme of like the security guard just going like this over people as they're walking in, that's what's happening. Yeah, you're good to go, buddy.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they did.
This is a big one, too. Green Bay is in Denver today. The Packers on top of the NFC North at 9-3-1. The Broncos on top of the AFC West, on top of the AFC at 11-2. If you're a Rams fan, you want the Broncos to win this one and give the Packers another loss and kind of basically strike the chances of you ending up in Lambeau Field, make that a much less likely possibility.
Yeah, and kind of cements your positioning as the first seed or gives you that cushion for next week or this Thursday if you were to slip up. So, yeah, the Broncos getting a win today is huge for the Rams.
All right, don't forget you can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use the code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms do apply. Offer expires February 8th. 2026. Let's get into this Rams offense and how they attack that Detroit defense. It is all coming up on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you've been waiting for the perfect moment to step into real luck.
I cannot see the grays.
You
in your
really
eyebrows.
can't? You can't see gray in my eyebrows? My eyebrows.
No,
I'm turning into Santa Claus.
No, I think it would look weird if you put a Sharpie in there. Yeah.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive, weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
I play football. That's all that came out of my mouth when I met Janet Jackson.
Where'd you meet her?
We were going out one night, and with all these backup dancers, she said, would you like to come meet Janet Jackson? Heck yeah.
Stupid question.
Let's go.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm all good. This is velour suit, earring day, walking through the club, and I'm feeling good. And then we get to the VIP area, and she is sitting like right in the middle where you can see her through the door. And the minute I saw her, all my confidence went out the window. She introduces me to Janet, and the only thing that came out of my mouth is, I play football. She said, that's nice.
Good for you.
I had my shot, and I
Did
blew
you
it.
recover?
No, that was it. That's all I had.
Turn around and walk away?
I had a shot, and I missed. It was horrible. It was terrible.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis, weekdays at 3 on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Our 10-3 Rams host the 8-5 Detroit Lions. Week 15, NFL Sunday.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
The Rams, the Lions, week 15 of the NFL season.
And it is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff live from Cosm Los Angeles. Remember, today, for Rams Lions, you can hear the game in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Just search ESPN LA in your app store or Google Play if you don't have it. Remember, it's completely free. Download, tap, bam! You've got Rams football in the palm of your hand. The ESPN LA app. Right now, we continue the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff.
With Su'a Cravens, back to Travis Rodgers.
Rams and Lions coming up in just a little more than 1 hour from right now. About an hour and 10 minutes. The Lions back in Los Angeles with old friend Jared Goff. Dan Campbell going for it on every fourth down. It should be a great game today. How do the Rams make sure to continue to do what they've done all season long, which is score a bunch of points? I mentioned this to JB when we talked to him earlier. The Rams lead the league in point differential. They're 152 to the good. They lead the league in margin of victory at 16.5 points on average is where they're winning games today. Is it one of those 3 tight end days? Is this a Davante Adams day, a 2-headed running back day, or all the above?
Go ahead and throw out all that high-scoring offense statistics that you just stated and ignore all of that. Because today I need the Rams to slow play the Lions from start to finish. I know.
Su'a Clan have something to do with this?
Oh, Su'a Clan's season is over with. I'm playing Kyle Pitts, who scored a 40-burger on Thursday, so I deleted my app. I started Quentin Johnston this week, who's not even playing. That's how much I don't care anymore. So I'm checked out, and apparently I'm winning my game. Don't even want to talk about it. Okay, back to what I was saying. Slow play the Lions. Limit possessions and keep Jared Goff off the field because it seems like no matter how bad of a start the Lions get off to, the moment their offense starts getting the ball more and clicking and their defense gets a stop and Jared gets to throw more passes, they're going to score. It's hard to tackle Amon-Ra St. Brown continuously in the open field. It's hard to stop Sonic and Knuckles all game long. And when you give them multiple possessions and multiple opportunities, something happens where they reach a momentum that you can't stop.
Am I right to be terrified of Jahmyr Gibbs?
100%.
Yeah.
I think he's the best dual-threat running back in the NFL this year.
Unreal.
But I will say the Rams have locked up all the best running backs in the NFL this year. So just a point in the Rams' direction.
100%. This guy, though, does feel a little different because he not only can run it, he catches it, and they use him in the passing game in a real way.
And if I were the Lions, I would have Jahmyr Gibbs line up in the slot all game long. I would have him start in the backfield.
Counterpoint, let's say they do that. How do you try to defend? Do you put a corner on him in that spot? I mean,
at this point, then
you can't put a linebacker on him.
You can't. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But then if you start putting a corner in the game on him, they can game plan you now. Where that's what you're going to do. Okay, we'll take our tight end out. We'll go 3-4 speed and put Montgomery at running back and keep Jahmyr at slot. So what are you going to do now? If you keep that corner, you're light in the run game, we'll just hand the ball off to Montgomery until you make a change. And then the moment you put that linebacker in the game, screen pass to Jahmyr goes for 50 yards. That's how they've beaten a lot of these teams this year.
Do you think that's the game plan that Sean McVay will take, that kind of take the air out of the ball? You know, it's counterintuitive, but the best way to stop an offense is with your offense.
Yeah.
Just do not let them get on the field. Just continue to grind out long drives and make them sit there and wait.
Yeah, and that's why I think it'll be a 13 personnel game where it's a lot of early run, a lot of boot, a lot of play action. You know, try to get 7 to 8 plays on a drive. Take 5 to 6 minutes off the clock. Keep that offense cold, and when they do get on the field, I think you'll see early pressure to keep Gibbs out from sneaking out of the backfield, so he has to block or be a hot route and limits him down the field, and that's the best way you limit that offense.
We've seen how other teams have used that to neutralize the Rams, and one has been a loss and one hasn't, but we've had quarters this year where the Rams have only had one possession.
Yeah.
And that's not something that can happen again.
Yeah.
What got into Blake Corum? He has had his best 2 games in the NFL in back-to-back weeks. In Carolina, he set a high-water mark, got in the end zone. He blew that high-water mark out of the, just blew past it last week against Arizona. He got in the end zone again. And it looks like, because at least to me, Su'a, there was Kyren Williams, and then they would spell with Blake Corum. Now it feels like they are on equal footing.
Yeah, he's seen his opportunity, and he seized it, and he's kind of etching out a role for himself where it's not, I'm no longer the number 2 running back. It's 1A, 1B, and whoever is in the game is very productive. I actually think Blake Corum might be a little better in the pass game. I think he, for some reason, especially when he gets the ball on the screens, I don't know if he's an inch shorter than Kyren, but he finds little cracks and crevices and turns a 5-yard gain into 15, 20 all the time.
Having both of those guys, too, because Kyren, to your point, great runner, great pass protector, and just it gives you so many different things that you can do with McVay. He just has a full complement of weapons like we have not seen. The tight ends have been unlocked. You got Davante Adams and Puka Nacua as your wide receivers. You got 2 backs, and you got a quarterback who's seen and done everything. as an offensive head coach, that's nice. A dream scenario, right?
This is nice. Everything's copacetic. Everything's working hand in hand, and don't have to do too much to be productive. That's the best part about it.
Indeed. You can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8th. 2026. Speaking of Davante Adams, he missed practice a couple of times this week with a hamstring. Is it a hamstring problem or is it a hamstring problem that you just be ready to go on Sunday?
It's a hamstring problem.
Okay.
Man. It's a vet day that you let your best player that doesn't need to necessarily practice on Friday and Saturday. Like, okay, no, you're just going to training room and get worked on while we're at practice, okay?
Yeah. It's funny because we talked about this with JB at the beginning of the show that Matthew Stafford didn't practice through the entire camp. I mean, he was at the back, and we were waiting to see what it is. And a little bit of a, I don't want to say slow start, but maybe not that MVP thing we saw. And then since then, he's played every game. Mm-hmm. He's been on an MVP pace. Him and Davante Adams seem to have kind of finally understood one another and how they like to do these things. Him and Puka have been like this from the moment they've come together. But those old guys, just health number one, everything else we can deal with later.
Yeah, it takes a little while for the Silver Fox to warm up. But now that the back is lubricated, got a little WD-40 on the spinal cord, and he's ready to go, and he's letting that thing rip. And, you said it the first half of the season. Maybe the first 5 games were like, okay,
good,
he chooses one half, and then one half he takes off. But now it's like, nope, he's ready to go.
And the Rams have been unbelievable in the first quarter this season. They've just been dominating people in the opening quarter. All right, it's time for LA's Care. Do you know? Rams fans, let's rewind to October 24th, 2021, an emotional showdown at SoFi Stadium as Matthew Stafford faced his former team for the first time. Stafford delivered. Big delivery, throwing 334 yards, 3 touchdowns, including a pair of beauties to none other than Cooper Kupp. And despite Detroit's trick plays and early surprises, the Rams held strong and came away with a 28-19 win. The Lions do lead the all-time series, but on that day, Stafford and the Rams reminded everyone exactly who runs the show in Los Angeles. Did you know that this game in Rams history is presented by LA Care? LA Care is more than a health plan. We're part of your community. Meet LA's most affordable health plan. Visit lacarecovered.org. Why are the Rams so good in the first quarter, Su'a? Why are they able to come out and just light it up the way that they are?
Because the game plan is simple. It's boot. It's inside run. It's simple check down. It's 5-yard slant. And you missed a tackle. 5 yards went for 15, and now we're on the ball. Now you're off balance, and now we're going to keep these 3 tight ends in the game, and you're going to stay in his personnel. It's just you're giving McVay exactly what he wants. It's a coach's dream, your first 15, to have it. If you score on your first 15, that first 15 becomes the first 30 because you're going to keep running that back until they stop it. And I guess the Rams have just had to remedy their first drive of the game.
Don't forget, you can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. We're going to continue to get you ready for the Rams and the Lions on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on 710 ESPN.
Math is simple. Low prices plus big trade value equals huge savings for you during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where we'll donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Come in today to trade and upgrade your vehicle or just sell it and get paid. You win either way. For complete details, visit OceanSubaruOC.com.
$325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and an additional $75 from Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Expires 12/31/2025.
Rams fans, it's your boy Su'a Cravens. Pechunga Resort and Casino, the official tribal casino of the Los Angeles Rams, is throwing an epic watch party Thursday, December 18th at Kelsey's inside Pechunga as the Rams take on the Seahawks. Show your Rams love and come out and enjoy food and drink specials and score big with awesome prizes. Like a VIP sports experience inside the ESPN LA suite or playing a golf foursome with me at Journey at Pechunga. It's free to join, but spots are limited. Lock in yours now at ESPNLA.com. That's Thursday, December 18th.
Mornings in L.A. will never be the same.
There was like 3 inches of water on the roof, and it was pouring over the side of the house. My neighbors called, and I had to run to the house, and I had to open up the water thing on the street and stick my hand in there, and there were all these cucarachas, and it was disgusting. Right?
The water thing, and there's all these cucarachas.
See? Oh, it was disgusting, man.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekday mornings starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
There were all these cucarachas.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland on 710.
I think Timmy, if he plays like the way he played in the G League, could work his way up to a standard contract. Don't you, Michael?
Oh, yeah. He's a good player. I'm surprised he's taking this long to
Why
get into the
has it
league.
taken so long? He doesn't have the quote-unquote measurable.
Oh, measurable.
He's kind of got a dad bod.
Looks like Travis.
He looks like a 6'9" Travis Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
Hang with Mason in Ireland every weekday afternoon from noon to 3 on ESPN Los Angeles.
Here we go, Sunday, December 14th, 2025. Let's do it. Rams-Lions today at the Palace in Inglewood. We get you ready for kickoff. This is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff, live from Cosm Los Angeles with Travis Rodgers and Su'a Cravens. But first, we got to hear from the big boy Sky.
Well, last Sunday looked back to normal for our Los Angeles Rams.
Third down and long, intercepted. Picked off. It's the landman at the 30. Nate takes it away, and the whole defense runs down to celebrate.
Now at 10-3, it's time to make it back-to-back wins this afternoon. Jared Goff brings Matthew Stafford's former team to the Palace in Inglewood. It's time for what could be another classic between the Rams and the Lions.
Here we go, 1 hour until kickoff. Week 15, NFL Sunday, Rams-Lions at SoFi.
That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
The W today set up for an absolute showdown on Thursday night in Seattle against the Seahawks.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams, the home of Rams football.
Hi, this is Coach Sean McVay. Whose house? Rams house.
Now live from Cosm Los Angeles with Su'a Cravens, here's your host, Travis Rodgers.
Rams have a chance to clinch a playoff spot with a win today at SoFi Stadium against the Detroit Lions. That is number one. And number two, Su'a, is if the Rams win today, they give themselves an opportunity to go up to Seattle on Thursday night football, and really put a chokehold on that number one seed in the NFC if they can win these next two.
The playoffs have already started, so you're just fighting for seeding. And right now, you win this game today, you take a ton of pressure off on Thursday. It no longer becomes a must-win on Thursday.
No, but it would. The Thursday one is the one that is still. They lose that one, and now all of a sudden they're going on the road.
Yeah,
they're going to be, because Seattle would be assuming Seattle takes care of their business today against Indianapolis. All of a sudden, everything kind of snaps back into place, and of course, the Bears are right there as well. They're ahead 28-3 against the Browns right now. It's time for the Morning Minute, presented by Quaker, the official oatmeal of the Los Angeles Rams. And looking around a little bit, the Bills, after falling behind 21-0, now have a 28-24 lead. They have been putting it on the Patriots
for the MVP from Drake May.
Right.
Drake May just went on a nice little touchdown drive to take the lead back.
Okay,
so,
just got it back. There you go.
Yeah, 31-28, and this is a crazy game right now.
How much do you think Matthew Stafford, A, and Sean McVay, B, want Matthew Stafford to win the MVP? Because it's a feather in the coach's cap, too.
Yeah, it's I think you would see McVay actually mad and upset if Stafford didn't win the MVP this year. I think you would see him speak out on that. I think it matters or means as much to him as it does to Stafford at this point. It's just because this potentially might be Stafford's last year, so it just means that much more.
Yeah, it's the Rams are in such it's both an interesting and a weird place simultaneously, because they are as good as they are, and this may be the best team we've seen Sean McVay have in the 9 years he's been in Los Angeles. And because Matthew Stafford is the age that he is, you can't help. And the last couple of seasons being what they're like, hey, is he coming or going? Is he looking around? Are they going to re-sign him? They may have the MVP of the league at 37 years old and 2 draft picks at the same time. Like, their options at the end of this season, win, lose, or anywhere in between, are almost limitless.
Yeah. The rich get richer, and it's crazy to think that no matter what the Rams do this year, they will have a top 10 pick no matter what. So that's why I keep asking myself, Man, is Stafford coming back? Because it's going to determine so much. We talk about the Joe Burrow potential trade.
Sure.
You talk about either drafting an O-lineman. You can go with 2 first-round DBs and just shore up the secondary if you wanted to. There's so much on the line this year, and I think the MVP will determine what Stafford ends up doing.
I don't know if I need to do it in the top 10, but some secondary help would look very different on this team because it does feel like that's the part that is maybe not on the same level as the rest of this team. Certainly offensively in that front four on defense is forget about it. You get
2 guys like Kyle Hamilton in your secondary that are young on rookie deals, and your team, especially that defense, would be fighting to be the best in the league for the next 5 years.
Okay, you can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. We're going to go back inside SoFi Stadium. The Super Bowl champion, none other than DeMarco Farr, joins us next on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Hey, Rams fans, we've teamed up with Bloom Ranch to ensure we have the healthiest fans in the league. That's why we're committed to delivering.
WA.org/ESPN.
The Carl's Jr. lawyers said we couldn't name our new burger the biggest burger for the smallest price burger. So we didn't. And that's called a loophole. The new Cali XL burger. A beefed up charbroiled double burger with double cheese, only $5.99. That's more meat, not more expensive. Get it now for a limited time only at Carl's Jr. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
Sage Spa gift certificates fit perfectly in a stocking, especially mine. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Bowl season has begun. Bring your crew, drink some brew, catch the view at Sideline Sports Bar.
Number 2.
Mosen's Happy Hour. Half off bar bites, beer, wine, and cocktails.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo's New Year's Eve Regency Ball. Party into the new year with $50,000 in free slot play and prizes.
Morongo, good times.
Some things are better live. That's why at Unified Financial Credit Union, we staff our call center with live Unified team members. So instead of this...
Sorry, there's no one available to take your call.
You get this.
This is John from Unify. How are you today?
So whether you need to move money, open a credit card, or take out an auto loan, you can connect live with a Unified team member in any state, 7 days a week. Unified Financial Credit Union. Connect your way. Now the official credit union of the Los Angeles Rams. Unified is an equal opportunity lender insured by NCUA. Game day is almost here. Are you ready to cheer on your LA Rams? Don't waste time running around town for game day snacks. Let Albertsons or Vons be your MVP. Order your game day essentials online and choose how you want to score. Drive up and go for a quick pickup, free with an order of $30 or more, or enjoy convenient home delivery. Stock up on chips, wings, drinks, and all your favorite tailgate treats. Order now at albertsonsorvons.com or download the Albertsons or Vons app. Service fee applies for orders scheduled for delivery and pickup orders under $30.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams, the home of Rams football. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
This is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
On your home of Rams football.
And it is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff live from Cosm Los Angeles. Travis and Su'a get you ready. Today it is time to take care of business against the Lions. And let's call it a must-win, sort of, as we get ready for the Seahawks on Thursday night. The Rams' high-powered offense seems to keep it rolling from last week.
Stafford gets a new possession in plus territory. Short set, a ball fake. He wheels, he deals, jumping at the 5. It's Puka again! On one play, a 31-yard strike. Puka Nacua with a new career high in touchdowns.
You're listening to the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Once again, with Su'a Cravens. Back to Travis Rodgers.
And once again, let's go back inside SoFi Stadium to check in with our next member of the broadcast crew, none other than the Super Bowl champion, DeMarco Farr. DeMarco, you said this to me a bunch of times this week on our show, that Jared Goff has played more football in Detroit than he has in Los Angeles, and I still haven't wrapped my head around it. That can't be true.
It's shocking, right? It seems like it was just yesterday, but it's not. It's been a while. I think they said once we got past midseason this year, that was it. He's more Lion than he is Ram, so be it. That means the other guy is more Ram than Lion. Well, not so much. At least for us, with the Stafford area here. But we get it. Look, you can revisit that trade all you want. I think we're on the same page with this. We got the better end of the deal because we got the better quarterback and we got the ring out of it. But I'll tell you what, man, this environment today is electric, bro. There is nothing like big games in professional sports. I love big games in college. They're fun. It's very youthful, but it's nothing like this here where there's so much at stake. And there's another thing. I'm trying to put this out on radio without getting fired. How do you say it? Coal to diamonds? Tight?
Yes.
How do you make a 10-3 football team tight? That's how good the Lions are. That's how much respect the Rams have for that group over there. That's how much respect they have for that offense. They know they can score. There's respect for that defense and that pass rush. So this is going to be one hell of a game today. This is going to be fun. I can't wait for kickoff.
DeMarco, what scared? I know we're not the type to say we're scared ever, but I'll change my verbiage. What concerns you more? Is it these big play receivers that Detroit has, or is this defense and ultra-aggressive head coach the concern here?
Dan Campbell's always a concern. It really is. And I love the fact that he's calling plays because if this goes the Rams' way, and they are stopping the run, which I think is paramount with any football team, you got to stop the run first, especially Detroit, and then get after the passer. But if it's not working for Detroit, I cannot wait until Dan Campbell gets a look at Jared Goff with that defeated look on his face. That has potential to be explosive. But I think that's the game. So to answer your question, you got to stop Gibbs. He's special. You got to stop Montgomery. You got to force this onto Goff's shoulder and then get after it.
DeMarco Farr will be on the sidelines for today's game, and DeMarco's keys to the game are driven by your Southern California Toyota dealers. It's the Here and Now sales event. The clock is ticking, so don't wait to grab a deal on a new Toyota. We make it easy. So with that in mind, you're talking about you got to stop the run game first. Su'a mentioned earlier that, no quarterbacks like pressure, but they really don't like it when it comes up the middle, especially Jared Goff. Is this an opportunity for Kobe Turner to have a huge impact on today's game?
Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk, Poona Ford, who's a great run stuffer, but can also straighten out and rush the passer. Getting sacks is one thing, it's great. Getting pressure on Jared Goff, I think, is paramount. Make him think about you as he's in the middle of his drop back. Make him pull his eyes down even for a half second. That can help you. He's got a good arm. He doesn't have a great arm. So if you can slow him down or disrupt his timing some, he may throw it to you. He may tuck it. He may take the sack. But I think that all starts with interior pressure. And you got to factor in this. Ahkello Witherspoon is not active today. So that tells me what they're getting ready to do is let Kobe Durant, Darius Williams, and Darion Kendrick run with these receivers man-to-man and then stuff the run. Load the box, force them to beat you with Jared Goff's arm.
You're saying stopping the run is paramount. I agree. The Lions present maybe the best 1-2 punch in all of the NFL. How do these linebackers and safeties match up with Jahmyr Gibbs when they motion him out to that slot?
You know what? I don't think you do. That's the problem. Same with McCaffrey, right? I mean, even if he's not the primary, if he gets the check down, Gibbs or Montgomery, you got problems. So it's a balanced breakfast. It's a full-time thing with them. You got to worry about them. But the one thing I would do, if I can't cover a guy, then I would send that guy that's supposed to cover at the quarterback as fast as possible and force him to gun it. Then you can get pursuit after those skill guys in the open field. But covering them up man-to-man, Su'a's just not going to happen.
So Su'a mentioned, going back to earlier this season about, when you got to fish, and you're going to go try to get that guy. Is Emmanuel Forbes going to be the guy they're going to test right out of the gates today?
I think all of them. I really do. Yeah. I think all of them. Emmanuel Forbes, Kobe Durant, all these guys, Darius Williams. if I'm on Ross St. Brown or Jamison Williams on the other side, I think I can win versus whatever matchup the Rams trot out there. And you might be right 80% of the time. The one thing is, here's the race. Can Jared Verse, can Byron Young, can the group we just mentioned in the interior, can they get to the quarterback and force Jared Goff off that spot or out of rhythm before they get open? That's going to be the game. But number one, stop the run. That could not be a factor for the Rams today.
He is a Super Bowl champion. He will be on the sidelines for today's game, the Rams and the Lions. DeMarco Farr. DeMarco, thanks a bunch. We'll talk to you.
I forgot to tell you guys. I just met Jeff Goldblum, the actor.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he's standing right there. He's really tall. Travis, I think he may have you by an inch.
Oh, I don't like that at all. I like him less now. I like to be the tallest guy in the room. That's not my favorite thing. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, man.
All right, you got it, DeMarco. Don't forget you can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you do not miss any of the action. You can use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8th, 2026. Lots more to get into. Let's talk about that Rams defense and their ability to get pressure on Jared Goff. It's all coming up on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network.
Hey, it's Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr. The Rams do this really cool pick'em that's powered by Pechanga Resort Casino, where today they ask you, the Rams defense will hold Lions quarterback Jared Goff to how many passing yards? 0 to 100, 101 to 150, 151 to 200, 201 to 250, 251 to 300, 300 plus. Vote now at therams.com/pick'em. If you love football, you should play the Rams Pick'em. Predict what will happen during the Rams season for your chance to win game tickets, sign merchandise, and more, powered by Pechanga Resort Casino. Pechanga Resort Casino is giving away $1 million in December. Use your Pechanga Club card to earn entries all month long. Visit Pechanga.com for complete details.
Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official California gaming and casino partner of the Los Angeles Rams.
The legacy continues. The all-new 2025 Toyota 4Runner is here. Conquer any terrain with its available 4-wheel drive, confident ground clearance, up to an amazing 465 pound-feet of torque, and that iconic power rear window, it's here to stay. This is the new face of adventure. The all-new 4Runner, available now at your Toyota dealer. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Football fans, this is DeMarco Farr, and let me tell you, I thought I was in pretty good shape until I stepped into a UFC gym. Man, that workout is no joke. They've got boxing, kickboxing, and strength training. You don't have to be a fighter to love it. Anybody can jump in, get a great workout, and feel the results. They even have programs for youth and workouts for the entire family. And my favorite part, the recovery room. That's where I recharge after going all out in my workouts. Check out the UFC gym for yourself and train like I did. Trust me, you'll feel like a champ.
The holiday season is always more jolly with Prize Picks. Every sport, every play, every stat matters just a little more. On Prize Picks, simply pick 2 to 6 players. Choose more or less, and watch your lineups light up like the holidays. Use code 710 and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code 710 to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in lineups just for playing, guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hey, it's Mace. College football is back, and there's no better place to catch every heart-pounding moment than Cosm. This isn't just a sports bar. It's your front row pass to the future of fandom. Feel the tackles, the touchdowns, and game day glory like never before with Cosm's shared reality displays. Step into the dome, an immersive 3-level experience that puts you right on the field, or rally with your friends in the hall where every game is on all at once. Don't just watch college football, live it. Get your tickets now at Cosm.com. I'll see you there.
Every Sunday starts the same. Energy's high, plays are drawn, and the team's locked in. At Vista Paint, we bring that same focus to all your projects. For nearly 70 years, we've been the go-to for Southern California pros and DIYers alike. Because when you want reliable coverage, trusted advice, and no surprises, you don't take chances with your materials. From prep to finish, we make sure your project looks great and holds up. Game day or work day, start with the paint that shows up ready. Vista Paint. Local, proven, built to perform.
It's 000 time at Downey Hyundai, the #1 Hyundai dealer in California. Get 0% APR for 60 months, 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days on select models like the 2025 Tucson. No payments until spring. Plus, America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai owner assurance. Visit DowneyHyundai.com. 0% APR for $1,667 per $1,000 financed on select models. OAC ends 1/2/26. #1 based on November 2025 HMMA.
Hi, this is Devontae Adams of your LA Rams, the home of Rams football. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Counting you down to Week 15 NFL Sunday at SoFi Stadium. Rams battle the Detroit Lions.
Touchdown, LA!
Hi, this is Jeff Weiss of your LA Rams. The Rams play here.
You're listening to the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff.
A playoff rivalry renewed in Week 15.
We continue to count you down to Kickoff Rams Lions. Week 15 NFL Sunday. Travis and Su'a live from Cosm Los Angeles. And the fearsome Rams defense needs to keep that rolling and haunt Jared Goff all day long.
3rd down and long, intercepted! Picked off! It's the Landman at the 30. Nate takes it away and the whole defense runs down to celebrate.
Our 10-3 Rams host the 8-5 Detroit Lions. Week 15 NFL Sunday.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
Once again,
with Su'a Cravens.
Back to Travis Rodgers.
So it really can't be Week 15 already, right? There cannot only be 4 regular season NFL games. The Rams can clinch a playoff spot today. That's how deep into this. Feels like we're just getting started.
Can't the Rams clinch the first seed if Seahawks happen to lose today and they win today?
Not yet. They got to get a little bit. They can get. Their odds can get very tilted in their favor.
Only thing can be clinched today is playoffs.
A spot.
Okay. Yeah.
A spot in the field. But, man, this season went by quickly, especially when you're winning a lot. Feels like things go pretty fast, doesn't it?
Yeah. It feels crazy that 2025 is already over. And let's wrap this football season up so we can get back to that course that we like. That's nice.
I know that it's the Sioux-Tang Clan or Tea Times that are the driving force for this man right here. Carl's Jr.'s new Charbroiled Cali XL is just $5.99. Double charbroiled beef, double cheese. That's more meat, not more expensive. Only for a limited time. How important that they get in Jared Goff's face literally today, that pressure comes right from the middle of the offensive line.
I think you're going to see 6 sacks today.
Ooh.
6 of them. And I think it'll all be forced by him stepping up into the pocket and just getting right into the teeth of the rush. As long as they can keep their rush lanes consistent, they will get 6 sacks.
Order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms do apply. Offer expires February 8th, 2026. We're going to give you our final thoughts on this one for the Rams and the Lions. It's coming up next on the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff on the ESPN LA Rams Radio Network. And the NFL is in full swing at Cosm. Watch NFL games in shared reality at Cosm and feel the energy of game day in the Dome and in the Hall. This season, before every Rams game, you can hang out with me, Travis Rodgers, him, Su'a Cravens, for the Rams pregame show live from the Hall at Cosm. And if you've got a ticket to the game, come on in for free. You can catch all of the energy on massive wall-to-wall LED displays in the Hall. And don't miss out on Cosm's signature menu of local food favorites, craft cocktails, and beers throughout the venue. To learn more, visit Cosm.com.
The Subaru shared
Accidents and injuries. 800-345-6789. That's not a score. That's the number. 800-345-6789. Your new hotline for accidents and injuries. Because when LA gets hurt, there's only one call that counts.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob. 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Jim Jeffries, son of a carpenter tour.
You can win Oscars for Best Dramatic Role, Best Drama. There is no Oscar for Best Comic Performance. Who has to host the Oscars? A comedian. Then we make a joke about one of them and they slap us.
Saturday, February 21st, Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Tickets on sale now at fantasyspringsresort.com or 760-342-5000. Don't miss Jim Jeffries, live.
This season, celebrating in a new Volvo is easier than ever. Now through December 31st, you can save on select SUVs during our Holiday Safely Sign and Drive event. With advanced safety features and Google built-in, our SUVs help keep your family safe and connected, from gift runs to holiday gatherings. Whether it's compact versatility or comfort with seating up to 7, Volvo SUVs are up for anything. Sign and drive to make one yours. Visit volvocars.com/US to learn more. Google is a trademark of Google LLC.
Hi, this is Poona Ford of your LA Rams, the home of Rams football. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Our 10-3 Rams host the 8-5 Detroit Lions. Week 15, NFL Sunday.
Driven by your Toyota dealers, official automotive partner of the Los Angeles Rams. We make it easy.
The Rams, the Lions, Week 15 of the NFL season.
And it is the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff live from Cosm Los Angeles. Remember, today, for Rams Lions, you can hear the game in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Just search ESPN LA in your app store or Google Play if you don't have it. Remember, it's completely free. Download, tap, bam! You've got Rams football in the palm of your hand. The ESPN LA app. Right now, we continue the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff.
With Su'a Cravens, back to Travis Rodgers.
All right, let's see who the Rams have on their roster for today, because the Rams injury report is presented to you by the Call Jacob Injury Hotline, the only number LA trusts after an accident. That's 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. Here are your inactives for today. Ahkello Witherspoon, Jarquez Hunter, Bo Limmer, Tanner Engel, and, of course, Stetson Bennett, who is the emergency quarterback. Tutu Atwell, not on that list. Tutu Atwell is back up with the team. You expect him to have an impact today, Su'a? Because it feels like, obviously, Devontae and Puka have been killing it all season long. Those tight ends really involved. What sort of role can Tutu Atwell fill?
A special teams role right now. I think that the Rams are so far down the rabbit hole of that 3 tight end package that it wouldn't make sense to go away from it just because Tutu's back, because it's been so productive and it's been so successful against every type of defense you've faced. Mm-hmm. So you don't need to kind of change much today. Tutu can get open on a few plays where Puka's out or Devontae's out, then sure, give him the ball. But as far as that goes, I think he's more of a special teams impact today.
Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the ESPN LA Rams radio network.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
A reminder that you can order for pickup on Uber Eats at SoFi Stadium and skip the line so you don't miss any of the action. Use code RAMS to get up to 40% off your next 3 stadium pickup orders of $25 or more. Terms apply. Offer expires February 8, 2026. So you think that Jared Goff is going to hit the deck 6 times today. That's the number of sacks that you predicted, Su'a. What are your expectations for Matthew Stafford? Does he pick up where he left off last week? Obviously, the Detroit Lions are a far different opponent than the Arizona Cardinals were, but does Stafford just keep cranking?
Yeah, I think that at this point, Stafford is trying to make a point to get that MVP race locked up before we even get to the last week of the season. I think that he wants to put the conversation of, is it Drake May, is it Stafford? Before they even get to the postseason, he wants that locked down so that when that first round bye hits, it's not working against him because he's not getting the additional action.
You know, as far as the MVP goes, too, this is set up really well for Jared Goff. Number one, because he's, playing incredibly well and put himself in this position. But think about what takes place over these next 3 weeks. Today, this is a game that a lot of the NFL, universe will have its eyeballs on. It's a very important game for both of these teams. Next week, short week, in Seattle, Thursday Night Football. It's very likely going to be for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Standalone game. Everybody gets to see it. The week after that, Monday Night Football, standalone game. It's the only game in town. Everybody's going to get to see it. So if he balls out in these next 3, I think he's going to punch his ticket. And it's exciting to be that close to it.
Yeah, it is. But if they were to win today and beat Seattle next on Thursday, does that solidify the 1 seed? Because then does Stafford even play the last 2 or the last one?
It depends on what happens in Green Bay. It depends on what happens with Chicago. If Chicago and Green Bay keep winning, then Rams got to keep winning too. A lot of this has to do with what happens. If they win, they've got it.
Yeah.
But if they stub their toe somewhere along the way, even if they beat Seattle, like if they stub their toe today, beat Seattle, they're still very much in the mix. But if you take care of business today and next week, you're in the red zone as far as it goes to locking down.
It's pretty wild to see how good the NFC is this year compared to the AFC, because we say, okay, the Broncos and Patriots, and then everybody else is just kind of bad. But the NFC is like, well, you lose today, and you go from the 1 seed to the 6 seed. Congrats.
This may be a crazy question. You were talking about the difference between the AFC and the NFC. Is there a universe that exists where the Jacksonville Jaguars are the best team in the AFC?
Oh, God.
Okay, they're going to win today. They're going to be 10-4. Yeah. Okay,
the Rams kicked the crap out of them.
Killed them.
Yeah, they did.
They killed them. Could they be the best team? I know, because you talked about Buffalo. Their defense is all over the place. Bo Nix and Drake May, inexperienced there. Trevor Lawrence, not a ton of postseason experience, but he's got a lot of NFL experience.
Hey, how about that head coach? He's a rookie head coach.
Liam Cohen used to be here in L.A.
Duval. They said that was going to be the nail in the coffin for their season, and this guy's going to win his division and go to the playoffs first year.
It's pretty remarkable, and if the world breaks in a certain way, they could be the number 1 seed. Unlikely, but not impossible.
The AFC is, that's wild.
And it feels like in the NFC, we're starting to see the Rams, Seattle, Green Bay kind of start to separate a little bit. Chicago is certainly right there as well. You still put Philadelphia in that top group?
Yes.
You do.
Just because their skill, the firepower they have on offense is scary. And Fangio's a good DC, so they're dangerous no matter what. And I think that if they get matched up with the Bears, that would be unfair for the Bears.
They're terrifying because it always feels like they're going to figure it out eventually. Yeah. And it's when they do, they're going to be very hard to beat. But they've looked all over the map all season long. They'll have 1 week, it's like they're back, and then the next week it's like, that game they put against the Chargers, that looked like a bad team. Like, that didn't even look like a team having a bad night. It looked like a bad team.
I think whoever gets the Eagles round 1 are going home. And that's unfortunate because you might be the 3 seed or the 2 seed playing against the Eagles, who are the last seed.
And it's going to be in Philadelphia, so you're going to have to go on the road. So there'd be the 3, which means they would play the 5. No, the 4 would play the 5. The 6. They'd play the 6. So they could get San Francisco. They could get Seattle. They could get one of those.
I'd much rather get San Fran than Philly.
We're going to have a lot more to talk about at the end of the night. The Rams and the Lions coming up from SoFi Stadium here in just a little bit. As I mentioned, the Rams got a chance to lock up a playoff position. They can't lock up a seeding position today, but they can make sure that they are in the postseason no matter what with a victory today against the Detroit Lions. This is where we hand it off. JB Long, Maurice Jones-Drew, and DeMarco Farr. They're going to have you with the rest of the way.